did you like or not like about him, and why is he not there with you?
Well, number one, he's a great player, and we would have liked to have had him. So let's get that straight, Jim. Even though Alabama's not a hotbed for Texas recruiting, and Alabama and Auburn were winning national championships at that time, and he played great last night, so that was good. And I think somebody pulled out a tweet from 2011, and I was thinking about BYU this morning, not who we recruited 2 years ago. We were going through some staff changes. Greg Davis had just left. His offensive coordinator, Brian Harsin, had just come in. There was an all-star game in early January, and I do remember it very vividly that the young man called with some interest. Brian Harsin talked to him. I had someone that was very close to the situation that I really, really trusted, that knew exactly what was going on. And I said, should we bring him in? And they said, absolutely not. It's a two-horse race. It's down to Florida State, who he's committed to, in Alabama. You're not going to be able to get in it, so you just need to stay out of it. And that's what we did. Did we want him? Yes. Would we have taken him? Yes. But I had someone very close to it that I really, really trusted. And they told me he was going to Florida State. Probably Alabama might get in, but you're not going to. And that's what ended up happening. So I have to believe that was the case.
All right. So it's
and Jim, I like to think that a lot of people do like the University of Texas. So a lot of them talk about us, and a lot of them say they'd like to come, and a lot of them like to visit. Sometimes it's hard to get some of those national guys to come.
So in a sense, Mac, if that's the way that played out, and it really was a two-horse race, and you were not in that race, what did you think when you saw that story and it came out this morning?
I thought that it's sad sometimes that people get pieces of stories, and I thought it would have been better. I appreciate you so much. You're the first one all day that's asked me. And there's a lot more to recruiting sometimes than fits the eye. And I didn't pay much attention to the story. John Bianco said he was getting calls about it, and I told him the story, and you're the first one I've told it to today. So great player. Love to have had him. Everybody in America would have loved to have had him, but we got in it late. It wasn't a great year for us. We were 5-7 and changing staff. So it was probably a little turmoil that got us behind in the process, but I think he called us after he played in the All-Star game in January, and again, it was way late. My information was that he likes Texas, but not enough to break his commitment to Florida State. He'd had since summer to come.
Well, there you have it. 1-0, and next up, BYU. Mac, appreciate that visit and your candor. It's always good to have you on this show. Mac, thanks so much.
Thanks, Jim. Always appreciate you having me.
You got it. Good to do it.